let's pull that up because that's another one that I got a lot of questions on here, and it's another great example. This is actually a perfect example of different style traders. So actually, okay, so T wants to look at the 4 hour. I'm going to look at the daily first because a lot of people were looking at this pin bar on the daily, right? So a lot of people said, tons of emails say, Mike, are you going to play this pin bar? Here's a nice price pivot zone, right? Support, resistance, pin bar, closes under the big round number. Should we play this pin bar? And actually, every single person that emailed me, from what I remember, said, Mike, I want to play this on a retrace to the top of this area. And that made me so happy because it's the only way you can play this situation, right? So now, does anybody not understand why you do not want to sell a break of this bar? And again, please speak up. Does anybody not understand why you cannot sell a break of this bar here? It does not make sense. And it will get you in trouble. And it will give you bigger losses and not give you profit on your wins. In this situation, again, every situation has something that is important, right? So if you sell a break of this bar, this move could be over, guys, right? Here's your first trouble area, right? Bar highs. Right? These bar highs to me are definitely your first trouble area right here, right where price is bouncing. So you want to sell on a retrace to these bar highs, right at the top of the box. Right? Top of the box, right near the big round number. A little bit under it though, right? These bar highs sit a little bit under. Well, where does price retrace? Right to that left eye, right to these bar highs. Again, this situation is very similar to what? Might look a little different, but what is this situation very similar to? Not the Swiss yet. Nope. Well, listen, you guys got me because you're right. It is like my equity trade in terms of the box play, right? We're trading under. So you guys got me because that wasn't even where I was going with it, right? Yeah. So here's the top of your box, right? So you want to sell and retrace that. Perfect. But it's what I was thinking because I was already getting into the trade management side. Is yeah, Tucker got it. It's very similar to the Canadian yen, right? Here's a pin bar. Doesn't have the longest nose. Here's a nice bullish move, which we all know what the weekly's showing, right? Look at this big bullish outside bar, right? So you're caught sort of in a weird place here. You know, could this pin bar send us down here? Absolutely. But are we going to sell a break of this bar or sell a retrace of this bar, leave our stop loss here, let price come down to this first trouble area, and then turn around and take us out for a full bar loss? You better not, guys. I mean, unless you've tested it and it works for you, you better not. Because I'm telling you, it's going to kill you. It's going to kill your equity curve. And those are the trades, just like the Canadian yen, that are going to eat you up. So this is a case just like the Canadian yen. I would play it the same way, right? You guys see, I do things very similar. You would take it on a retrace. Perfect. Price starts to break down towards this first trouble area and towards the bottom of your pin bar, a break of the bar, and you got to get to break even. Worst case, put your stop right above the high. Right, so it's negligible loss if you did that, right? I would go to break even personally, and personally, I would take profit here. I wouldn't mess around with a trade like this. I just don't think it's worth it. Now, if you had a nose that looked like this, right? Okay, now let's move our stop above, say, the big round number or this bar high, and let's see if we can get a little bit lower down into here, right? Maybe even down to here. That I'm okay with. But again, what does this pin bar sort of look like to you guys? Think about Canadian yen. Is it a stronger area than the Canadian? Oh yeah, big time. Big time stronger area. But what is the pin bar, right? We're trying to take both parts here. What does a pin bar kind of look like to you guys? Right, so a lot of you already said it's small pin bar, right? So what are we thinking about at this area? So try to think about what might be represented here. I'll give you a hint too. It also happened on a Friday. Right. So D's got it, right? DP's got it. Profit taking, right? So, you know, here's this bullish move here, right? We have this nice divergence occurring last week. Price moves up here. Here comes Friday. Price is trying to trade into the strong area. Well, you know, do I think on a Friday this is going to break? I think this is a good place for buyers to get out. Maybe weak selling to come in. So profit taking occurs here. Then price breaks out and does this. Now, again, I'm not trying to be a predictor, you know, a guru of the market saying this is 100% going higher here. I have no idea. This could easily collapse down. This could hold. But based on the information I'm given, I have to make the most logical decision. So I'm not going to look at this bar and think, you know, this is a huge reversal bar. Let's, you know, sell on a pullback, which is great. And let's just leave my stop here and just hope we get down here. Doesn't work for me. Again, if it works for you, you know, I'm obviously not talking to you. You've tested something. It works for you. Great. But I'm talking about most people are going to do that. They're going to either sell a break of this bar, and now they're seeing prices right around their entry. They're going, oh, man, this looked good. Now I'm starting to see a drawdown. What should I do? Should I just close out? Then price starts creeping up a little bit more. Oh, well, I can't close out now. Okay, well, maybe this will hold again. Price starts creeping up a little more. They go, all right, well, at this point, it's right near my stop loss. You know, I hate this trade. This pin bar doesn't work. This stuff stinks. You know, here's another bad one. Stopped out for a full bar loss. That's the story of most traders. Believe me, I've been there and I see it every week. No, you got to decide. The only way to play this is an entry and a retrace. You got to make sure you understand that. Then you got to say to yourself, well, when price breaks down, we're right near this first trouble area. It's a smaller bar. Could be profit taking. Bullish outside bar may kick in here. This big bullish outside bar. Now I have to make a decision about what I want to do as a trader, what I'm comfortable doing. Is it leaving your stop up here? Maybe. Again, for most people, this is going to be a bad move. Is it move my stop to break even or above these bar highs? Much better move. In the long run, you're going to be okay because you're taking a really small loss here. And if it does drop, great. So those are the best decisions to me. Or, again, do you take profit here? That's what I would do. That, to me, makes the most sense. Get to break even, take profit. So, again, I think this is one of those bars that can get a lot of people in trouble. But if you play it right, you know, it's okay. You know, if you play it right, you're okay. But if you take a full bar loss on this and you're a losing trader or a break-even trader, these are the ones that are killing you. So most likely this is what would take a break-even trader and start to turn them profitable, right? By cutting this loss here at least to here, or again, in my opinion, break even. And if you're a very, you know, your equity curve is, you know, doing this, guys, you know, this is no good. Get out of these. Shouldn't be taking these. Shouldn't even consider taking these, in my opinion. So, all right. So, again, I'm sure a variety of you doing different things, and I'm not judging what those are. I'm just trying to, you know, give you guys information what I would do. And also, any of you struggling and you relate to any of this, make those changes. I'm telling you, they will make a big difference. So, all right. So, DB said, I sold on a retrace, but I got out the next day for plus 1%. Stop right above big round numbers. So, again, bravo. Perfectly played. And now, D, if this drops straight down, don't be mad, right? You played it well. That's good. 1% profit is good. Those add up. You know, be happy. Again, you probably are, but that's another thing a lot of people struggle with too. You can't get the best of all worlds, right? What you're trying to do is find a good middle ground where you control your drawdowns and you give yourself room for a good upside over the year. That's, again, how I view it. So, you know, great learning trade here and great potential trade too. Right? It's just about looking at some of the drawbacks here that could get people into trouble. So, all right, that wasn't even T's question. T was looking on the 4 hour here. So T, what were you looking at now on the 4 hour that you wanted me to address? I just wanted to make sure to go over that. So you said 17.4 bullish outside bar.